All right, welcome back to another video. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date, study along, notification bell if you want a reminder to study, like the video if you did your homework. So yesterday was the listening and then doing your letter to a friend, family member, whoever. I did mine in my journal app as per usual. Tonight, I think we will continue regular journal entries. So maybe if you have things you did previous 2 days, since we changed the journals a little, you could maybe use some past tense of, on whatever day I did this, and on this day I did this, and you can start using some past tense, sentences in tonight's journal. Getting ahead of myself though, that's for homework. Today we're going to be doing review because tomorrow we are getting into Unit 8, and little sneak peek since it's on the back of the homework, short forms. And from what I remember, this is kind of what has screwed me over a little bit. If you learn Japanese and you learn long form or mas form, and then you learn short form is a lot easier, it's a lot more casual. You don't use this when meeting someone for the first time or talking to your boss or things like that. But the problem is whenever you learn short form, you start forgetting long form if you don't study. And because I've forgotten long form, some of the verbs in my head are only memorized short form, and some are only memorized long form, and some are only te form. And because I didn't study and took a decently long break from when I was in college, now it's coming to bite me back in the butt. However, we're learning slowly. We're getting our good sentences. And I think when I learn short form, we're now going to alternate. This will actually be an alternating thing in the journal, because you can always talk about what you did in past tense, in your journals. Even if you're writing every day, you could be like, oh, I forgot to write that yesterday I did this. Or whatever happened yesterday also happened today. So then you could start using the mole grammar point, things like that. But short form is kind of you use it or you don't. And so I think I'll designate journal days depending on long form, mas form, or short form. Again, yet again, getting ahead of myself. To each their own. I have a little bit of extra time today, got off work pretty quick, which allows me to do a little bit of a longer recording today. Maybe we'll get to the hour mark. I'm going to set the timer for 40. I don't really want to go too long today because I do want to get some sleep. Tomorrow's my weekend, even if it is not the actual weekend. With that being said, we're reviewing units 5 to 7 minus the adjective sections because we spent 2 days ago solely doing adjective conjugations, which means we won't do present tense, we won't do past tense. So we will start with adjective noun modification. And I think I'm only going to be writing one sentence per grammar point, unless it's something like this, where it's e adjectives are one way, na adjectives are a different way. If it's something like that, I will do more than one sentence. But if it's something simple as where You're using different vocab words. Ski, kirai, daisuki, daikirai. I'm daikirai, daikirai, or daikirai, kirai, daikirai. Stuff like that where it's just different vocab. I'm gonna write one. So let's get into today. Anyways, solid review. Solid 40 minutes. And I think we're gonna end it there. For homework, I think we're just doing Wani Kani and journal. There isn't really much else. If you have some extra time, maybe go over some of the things that you're lacking a little bit. I might do some te form practice with adjectives, since adjectives seem to be my weak suit. With that being said, I will see you tomorrow. Deuces.